Ange Postecoglou absolutely torched Spurs fans about their reaction to the loss against Manchester City. Let's listen to what he had to say in this press conference.
Thoughts disappointing to lose. I thought it was a tight game. Big moments for both teams that they capitalised on that we didn't. So that sort of garnered the outcome that happened, and so disappointing to lose.
Pretty good performance.
You can see he's fuming underneath the. He's keeping himself composed relatively. You can see underneath that he is seething.
Can you talk a bit about the way you set up and the positives that you took from the way you took the game to City?
Yeah, look, like I said, I thought it was a tight game. They're a top team, and I don't think they dominated us at any point. Probably towards the end when we had to open up a bit to try and equalise. But up until the first goal, I thought we were well in the game. In some areas,
right.
We were more dominant. So,
Yep.
But ultimately, like I said, you want to win these games. You got to take the big moments. You got to be disciplined, and it's fair to say it's probably the area we've let ourselves down all year. Not capitalising on big moments and lacking some discipline in our football.
Yep.
It's one of these where you can at least see the foundations of what you're building, maybe for next season.
Here it is.
No, I think the last 48 hours has revealed to me the foundations are fairly fragile, mate. So
the foundations are fairly fragile. He's about to go in.
That's what I feel. I just think that's, like I said, the last 40 hours has revealed a fair bit to me, and that's all right. That just means I've got to go back to the drawing board with some things.
Yeah.
Not interested, mate. Don't care.
Yeah. That's it. They keep asking him about Arsenal. He's like, I don't freaking care about Arsenal. And I think that's the thing that is starting to get to me as well. It's just like this rivalry. I'm sure, okay, I get it. I'm an American. I didn't grow up in the world of football. I didn't grow up with a deep rivalry between the two clubs. I don't know the history that well. I've not been a part of it. I can't stand the preoccupation with the pettiness of, well, let's just hope our club doesn't do well because we want to get at our rivals. We don't want our rivals to win. I'm so sick of that. I don't care if Arsenal freaking wins the Premier League. They're a much better club than we've been this year. Honestly, if they won it, they deserve it. I don't care about this petty crap. I do care about our team performing well. Now, honestly, I'm actually not even mad about the Spurs losing to City. I'm not mad about that at all. I actually predicted that City would win this game. I expected something like this. I expected a performance that was better from City because, they're a better side. So I expected this. And we played a great first half. It was a nice, clean sheet. In the first half, there were moments of the game that we played absolutely stellar. So I'm not even mad that we lost to City. But there has been the fan response to this, like, oh, well, I hope we lose. That just, man, that's actually killing me more than anything. Like, I want the club to perform well. And I think Ange has figured out what the problem is here. And it's just the mentality. The mentality sucks.
Outside, inside, everywhere. It's been an interesting exercise. It's just one of my observations, mate. I'm not going to tell you because it's for me. I'm the one that's got to do it. So, you can make your own fairly accurate assessment of what's happened. And I understand I'll probably misread the situation as to what I think is important in your endeavour to become a winning team, but that's okay. That's why I'm here.
Yeah. Woo!
No, it's got nothing to do with summer plans. The summer plans are there.
Mm-hmm. Coming back to the topic, we kind of assume that this is kind of what he's talking about is tied up with the Arsenal rivalry, and everything that's gone around?
I'm just not interested, mate. You know, and maybe maybe I'm out of step, but I just don't care. I just want to win, and I want to be successful at this football club. That's why I was bought. So,
agreed.
What other people, how they want to feel, and what their priorities are, of zero interest to me. I know it's important to build a winning team, and that's what I need to concentrate on.
Yeah. Honestly, like the fact that he's even there was a question that was brought up before this game. I remember leading up into the game, there was a question that was asked to him previous about this very fact, about trying to get at Arsenal or things like having the bragging rights, and Ange's response was so great. It was just like, when's the last time Tottenham won a trophy? 2008. All right. When since 2008 have we had bragging rights? There's no bragging rights. There's nothing to brag about. We have been a miserable club for years on end. For decades, we've been a miserable club. And so here, Ange he's just pointing out the fact the foundations of this club are really fragile. And I'm here for it because I think that Ange has his work cut out for him, but I think he's going to revolutionize the mindset and mentality of this club. I really do. I think he's going to change it. If there's anyone who could do it, I think it's him. I think he's the first manager who actually has put the finger on the pulse of what's wrong and is actually pushing hard on it. Because I think he understands that in order to be a winning club, in order to be a club that has respect, you've got to change that mentality. The mentality has got to change. Now, football-wise, after the game, there were positives to take away from it. I think that with a good summer window and another year with Ange really doing this, poking at that problem, poking at it, digging at it, trying to solve that and fix that, I think that we could see the foundation of something big happen next season. Now, I'll go ahead and say this. I'm actually, in some sense, relieved with the loss. I am not happy with the response of the rooting for your team to perform poorly. I would love for us to have won and actually fought for that fourth position against Villa. So I'm not happy with that, but I am a little relieved that we're not going to have Champions League competition next season, because I do think it would be a distraction from us from actually... The work is much deeper. The rebuild has to be much deeper. It has to start deeper. So having Champions League next year actually is not a concern of mine, because I think there's some roots that need to be dug up. And hopefully if you're digging up roots, you don't do what I did to my hand the other day, digging up some roots, by the way. Let's get back into this.
Of course it does, yeah. No, it is what it is, mate. I can't dictate what people do. They're allowed to express themselves any way they want. But yeah, when we've got late winners in games, it's because the crowd's helped us.
It steeled you in terms of what you want to do there?
I've already known what I wanted to do. It's just that I've got to make some adjustments to how I do it.
When Sonny goes through one-on-one at the end there, Ange, we've seen him bury lots of chances like that. Did you expect him to score? Pep was already on the ground expecting him to score.
Yeah, well, it's kind of you'd bank on Sonny, but like I said, the big moments we didn't sort of come up with it today. It wasn't just him, Kulusevski a couple of times. We had some decent chances, and like I said, I was
really got to capitalize on it, man.
Just like some discipline again, and it's kind of been the story of our season where we've just haven't capitalised on big moments and lacked some discipline in our football. But again, that's stuff that we just need to keep trying to improve.
Extremely early to come up and sort of karate kicked his chair. Were you okay with that, or were you disappointed?
I didn't notice, don't care.
Right. They keep asking him questions about things unrelated to Tottenham and winning. And whenever that comes up, you can just see how upset he gets but by the fact that they're asking him about crap that does not matter to Tottenham and winning. Like he's laser focused on those two things. And I think that is the mentality. That's the mentality that I want from a manager. And the mentality from the fans, I've got to say, as a new fan, and I know there's going to be lots of Tottenham fans in the comments. As a new fan, man, I wasn't proud of that. And maybe I'm wrong. Maybe you guys need to enlighten me about how important that Arsenal rivalry is. I really want to see a team that has underperformed since 2008, a team that has underperformed for decades. I want to see that club become successful and win. That's what I want to see. I could care less what Arsenal's doing. I know that they're our rivalry, they're our rival, and I don't want things. I'd rather someone else win the title, obviously, but that has nothing to do with how I approach playing football on a Tuesday night.
Generally, with the application and attitude of your players and teams,
Well, I think, unless I was watching a different game, we matched it with the best team in the land for the last 4 years, unless somebody saw it differently. So, well, doesn't it sort of pan out that why wouldn't I be happy if we've matched the team that's kind of the benchmark? I mean, I don't understand. So, yeah, I was happy with the application. Of course I was. I think that was evident. Thank you.
Yeah, that man is very angry with... Hey, let me know in the comments down below what you think. I think that Tottenham have found the right man to manage. I do. I trust this guy. I hope they don't screw it up and sack him if we struggle in his second campaign. I think we've got the right guy. I think we're going to get better players in we're going to get his players in during the summer. And he has work cut out for him, man. Like he said in this video, the foundations are fragile, and he now has an idea of the work he's got to do. I would expect in a second season probably to struggle a little bit. I expect him to struggle a little bit, but I expect him to continually be poking at that issue, poking right to the heart of it. What's wrong? What's wrong with us? What's wrong with Spurs? It's a mentality thing, man. We're focused on everything except winning.